So I don't usually believe this stuff without sufficient evidence, but after reading hundreds of different accounts there seems to be an alarming amount of consistency in the way separate individual accounts describe the appearance, clothing, culture, and behavior of these species. These are the humanoid species appearing consistently enough to be described accurately by dozens of accounts. Rays, 3-4 foot tall, big black eyes, no clothes, mentioned sarcastically, work-focused, slightly bleep-bellied. Your typical aliens. Tall grays, 5+ FT, often leading shorter grays, also sometimes called tall whites. Not sure, but I guess they are hybrids of Pleiades and grays. Strangely, have not seen grays described as having sexes, and it's been alluded to many times they are artificial creations. Nordics, /7 FT, tall, pale blue eyes, blonde hair, forehead and eyes slightly larger than ours, and point chins, usually wearing blue jumpsuits and fishbowl helmets. You can hear their thoughts when they are talking, and a lot could blend in with human society. Mantids, 6-7 FT, tall, big eyes, triangular head with chittering mandibles, skinny with exoskeleton-like bodies, can come in many colors including paper white. Wears robes often purple with a gold medallion. Can appear in mist form, often talked about as abducting and doing psychic surgery. Very clinical or autistic in personality. Accounts are very consistent. Reptilians. People don't really describe reptilians they meet, so I assume they just look how you'd expect. People have met male and female reptilians. A lot are described as a bit more aggressive than others, and many claim to be misunderstood by humans. Based on accounts, I'd assume they have lived or do currently live in the proximity of humans, because far too many seem to rant about being misunderstood by humans. So whether these are extraterrestrial beings and or extraplanar beings remains to be determined, but whether seeing these in person, in a meditative state or drug-induced state, 95% of the accounts seem consistent with others I've read. Cats. One interesting thing people mention is seeing cats in other planes. So are cats more intelligent or spiritual than we expected? Or are they extraterrestrial or extraplanar beings that have snuck their way here without us knowing? Something to think about. But really the topic I wanted to discuss was humanoids. I believe all other species I mentioned except possibly grays are hybrids. Many people that encounter mantids have had the mantids revealed to them. They are geneticists, and humans are essentially like a project of theirs. One thing to note is that many of the other species have psychic powers like emotional manipulation, telepathy, etc. Humans I believe to be hybrids of primates and Pleiadians. More specifically, bleep sapiens. So what happened to Neanderthals? Those huge big-headed human-looking people? I believe bleep sapiens tried to wipe them out, and they were saved by the mantids and then became the Nordics. I believe the Nordics are hybrids of Pleiadians and Neanderthals. There is evidence that bleep erectus faced the same fate, as there are stories of monolid variants that work with Nordics. So why? So all these other species communicate telepathically and have other psychic, and we don't? Some people have claimed it's because telepathic communication is an open channel, and societies that had it lack privacy and individuality. This is literally like the story of bleep creating humans after angels. So why don't they reveal themselves to the world? Well, the world is clearly not ready for it. It's said global contact could even wipe out our civilization. It's believed that our slaughtering of Neanderthals and the actions by the Nazis are why they believe we bleep everyone and ourselves if contact happened. Let me know if you think I got anything wrong. I have never met any of these beings, but am curious to hear for those who have.